Alright. Hello everybody out there. How's everybody doing this fine day? Another beautiful day in Saskatchewan for December. This late in December and still not a flake of snow anywhere. I hope everybody's ready for Christmas. Santa's gonna sleigh, not gonna work here. He's gonna have to put some wheels on it to get through this part of Saskatchewan. I've not had a flake of snow yet. Doesn't hurt my feelings one bit. Not much into shoveling snow. Yeah, been a beautiful winter so far this year. Not much happening in the CFL. Free agency is still pretty quiet. Saskatchewan, they signed a few guys that aren't their free agents. They got Caleb Saunders, I believe his name is, and Trevor Reed, offensive lineman, and Jordan Tucker. He was here last year. He was the guy I've told you about that was really gung-ho at camp and then got hurt in the green and white game. Never did really get to see him take any meaningful snaps, but he was a gung-ho fella, and I really wanted to see him play because it wasn't for lack of trying effort at training camp, that's for sure. First guy out, one of the last guys in. And they signed a few receivers. That Lipscomb, he was with us. And then they got a Deontay Myers and Jake Parker, and another one that's been around, Kendall Watson, and one linebacker, Cirillo Brown. I have no clue. We'll see what they look like in camp. But we definitely need a deep threat and someone with speed. These guys don't have, receivers don't have humongous size, but for height, but yeah, offensive linemen are big fellas. Hopefully we can find a few more, because we really need to fill in that defensive, that tackle position on the outside big time. There's been a few free agents signed around the league. Montreal signed Lemon and Sankey. Yeah, and they extended Cody to 2025. That I seen a blurb about him not taking the big bucks because he liked the idea of being able to spread the wealth and be able to bring in some more quality players. I've said that a lot about the quarterbacks taking that big figure, 500K plus, and then that cuts your chances of being able to get yourself a decent offensive lineman or defensive lineman, or anywhere, or anywhere actually. Spread some of the money around. That's what Cody said anyway. One thing I have to agree with him for. Good on him taking less money and realizing that the team needs it elsewhere with the stupid low salary caps. Toronto seems to be the most active so far in the free agent market. Signed one of their longtime offensive linemen. That's who you got to get first, is those offensive linemen and defensive linemen and quality receivers. One guy out there I wouldn't mind them switching up is getting Purefoy back. Swap him off for Moncrief. Moncrief didn't have that great a season as far as I'm concerned, and I like Purefoy. He's a free agent. Another guy out of Toronto is running back is AJ Ouellette. I wouldn't mind bringing him in either if you can get him for the right price. Hard to drag him out of Toronto, but he'd be better than what we've got, I think. I'd even take Standback out of Montreal. He's a free agent too. He's not bad either. He was really dominant about 3-4 years ago, but he played decent in the Grey Cup, and he's got a lot of good assets. Big fella, hard runner. Any other guys? That's all. Willie signed with Winnipeg. I have a hard time finding out how much they pay these guys. It'd be interesting. I don't know why the CFL is so tight-lipped about been able to find out salaries. I guess there's a way, but I don't know how much he signed for. Another guy I wouldn't mind knowing how much you could get him for is Matthew Betts out of BC. Be a nice guy to get, a real big plus. He'd probably cost you quite a bit because he's a Canuck and he plays pretty damn well. That's about it. Be a short video. I sure hope they get some more linemen signed anyway. Bring in some guys from down south, running backs, fill that camp up this year. And always said it's who you know down south, and that's my only doubt about O'Day and his buddies up there, how many connections they got down south, because that's the key. We did have a couple other moves with the Riders. They brought in Mark Mueller. That's no big surprise. That was sort of announced and sort of not announced, but they made it official. And then they hired back the special teams coordinator, Manjari. He was Dickinson's sidekick. I think Dickinson still was always running the bloody special teams, but said he was the special teams coordinator. We'll see how Mueller does. It'll be interesting. Saskatchewan boy back and got all that connection, being grandkid of Lancaster. Pretty funny actually. World comes full circle. Shows how old I am. I've been around for all that. But the only other thing I'd really like to find out from people out there about the board of directors. What do they really do? You know, they're supposed to be the person, I guess, that hires the president, and then the president hires the general manager. But board of directors, I think the Saskatchewan Roughriders have 11 board of directors. I don't know, folks. How many board of directors do you really need? 11 seems a bit much to me. And anybody out there know how much they make? How much does the board of directors make? I'm sure they're not doing it free, that's for sure. They're all businessmen and etc., etc. You know, there's some from Saskatchewan lotteries, and there's lawyers, marketing guys, and girls. I think there's not sure, probably a 7-4 split. I think there's 4 gals on there and 7 guys. Might be wrong on that, but something like that. But you know, how much do they make? Anybody out there know how much the board of directors makes? And why do we need so many? To me, you know, I don't think you need that many. Other teams do have that many, mind you, so maybe that's the magic number. I think Winnipeg has 11. But Winnipeg also has one football guy on there that played the game. Like, why don't we? You know, to me, all you need on there is one guy that's a businessman, a really good businessman. One guy that's really good at marketing, or gal that's good at marketing, and one person is a lawyer. You need a lawyer, good lawyer, and you need a human relations type guy or gal. Hi. Especially designed for media. You know, you need a media type person that knows the ins and outs of media, especially with all the social media going on. Be good to have a financial advisor, of course. That'd be handy. They do have them, but they got a lot of them are the same line of work, and you know, you need a financial guy. But how many? That's my point. I think the Eskimos are the only other, besides Winnipeg, community owned. They only have 8. To me, that sounds like a more workable number. To me, that's what they have to do. They have to get someone on there that knows how to connect with the fans also, you know. I'll come back to this. Train's really noisy here today. Back. The train noise isn't as bad anymore. They're busy. The CN yards here, hooking trains up, making longer trains, or organizing them anyway, making lots of noise. Busy place today. That's about all I have to say today, for now anyway. Just anybody out there knows how much those board of directors do get paid. It'd be interesting to find out, because I don't think we need as many of them we got. And if you're gonna have that many, at least have a couple football people in there of some sort. You know, you need a football person in there besides all these consultants. You know, you need a consulting football guy or two, or gals. A lot of smart gals out there with football too. I've met a few of them. They know their football better than me. That's not saying much, I guess. But anybody out there know of any players we should be after? It'd be interesting to know in the comments. Comment down below. Who would you be going after on this long free agent list? You know, it's time to get going here. You know, mind you, I guess it's still a month and some away, but it'd be good to know what we're doing a little better and who we're keeping. I'm sure it's a long process. You have to fill in the gaps, but it's time to get that done. Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody again who subscribes to the channel and does make comments. Appreciate when you hit that like button, and especially subscribe. It'll get more interesting the closer we get to football time, and when training camp rolls around, I'll try to make it to every game. I mean every practice, and see what's going on. I like doing that. Gives me a good idea what this team's going to be like next year with a new coach. Especially this year, it should be pretty exciting having a new coach running the show. I said before, I never did like Dickinson's camps. Last guy's camp I liked was Jones's. He ran a good camp. To me anyway. You know, it seemed a lot more disciplined out there, and rolled along a lot better. But again, thanks for subscribing, and comment down below who would you get to be a Saskatchewan Roughrider. Who should we keep? Yeah, I'll try to keep this video. I don't know how long it is already. It takes me a long time to render these things with my poor equipment. Probably getting lots of wind noise out here right now. That's my poor equipment again. I put a request in to Santa, but I think I'll probably get a letter back in the mail saying, "You're dreaming a little bit too high, son. Dream lower, dream lower." Well, anyway, till next time, talk to you later, and go Riders go.